This is a test. This is only a test. I need to make sure that my new PNG works with Armored Core and that my hotkeys that I set will not make playing it weird. Also, I would like to play Armored Core. I hope that's okay with you. Seems to work fine on the offset. I'm Punkbyte. And this is the Fluffbyte Entertainment System. Actually thinking about it, I don't know where I would post this. I mean, I guess I could post this right before I actually start streaming it on Saturday. Ugh. Yeah, that would probably make the most sense. If I was a big YouTuber, I might be like, oh well, maybe I could make it a Patreon exclusive. And it's like, oh yeah, watch me test a game. That's like so much better. Such good paid content. Although I guess as a preview to my new PNG model, I could justify it that way. But I hate paywalling content in the first place. Ah. Ah. The window did a weird thing when I clicked out. And it turned off. Okay, so I have to remember that's a thing. Like, the window is not nice to me. All I wanted to change was... I wanted to move the one over here. Why couldn't I just move the one? I had to worry about messing up when I actually stream it. Unless it's... Is it still running? Steam says it's still running. Okay, Steam says it's still running. I thought that sound was it like turning itself off or like closing. But maybe that was the like press start sound? Ah, the good old privacy policy. Collection of information. The information we collect on you depends on the context in which you provided and use our services. We collect the following categories of information: identifiers, internet and other similar network activity, commercial information, geolocation data, and inferences drawn from other personal information. More details about these categories of data are listed below. That's a lot of information for you to gather. Why you gotta know where the fuck in the world I am? That's a little weird, ain't it? Information we collect automatically when you use our services. When you access the use of our services, we automatically collect information about you, including usage information. We collect information about the use of our services, including game service ID, levels completed, game scores, time spent using our services, and other gameplay information. That seems fine. Log information. We log information. Oh wait, I can also look at it from here. Now you can see more of me. But don't get any ideas, okay? User information. We collect information about your use of services, including game service ID, levels completed, game scores, log information. We log information about use of our services, including your browser type and language, access names, pages viewed, your IP address, and the website you visited before navigating to our services. Looks at hardcore porn before navigating your services. Hardware information. We collect information regarding the computer device you use to access our services, including the hardware model, operating system and version, browser, mobile network information, list of other BNEI. I'm pretty sure they're taking a lot of information on, especially because of the anti-cheat stuff. It's the same anti-cheat software they used for the From software used for Elden Ring. And was driving modders crazy. Location information, or I should say mod users, not modders. We may collect information regarding your geolocation data of your device each time you use the services provided on iOS or Android platforms, or otherwise consent to the collection of this information. You may withdraw consent for the collection of platform-provided location data using the settings on your device. Your location is stored for the period specified in the services before collection. Gosh. Never thought I'd be having to worry about Big Brother from a video game company, but maybe that was just stupid of me. How we use your information. Legitimate interest. Detect or investigate and or prevent fraudulent, unauthorized, or illegal activity. To obtain parent and guardian legal verification. Gosh, I'm so scared. Maybe my parents will find out and then they won't let me play the game. Ooh. I'll be fine. My parents are dead. I mean, your parents have to be dead if you're a mecha pilot, right? Main purpose required or authorized for us to use to comply with our legal and regulatory obligations. That's awfully vague. That's awfully vague. Monitor and analyze trends, usage, and activities in connection with our services. Monitor, analyze, and develop our brands on social media by using social media monitoring devices. I'm very confused on why they would need, I mean, I get like social media branding and stuff, but I'm not even particularly angry about that one. It's just more like, monitoring social media. I would think that you'd only have access to Steam information, but since they already said like whatever website you were on before accessing our services, it's like, I guess as a streamer, like, I suppose my expectation for that might be, oh, seeing what people do before they play our game, I guess could be like, okay, again, as a streamer, it'd be like, I'm talking in circles a little bit. If I say do a post about, hey, I'm streaming this game, then they could literally see how many people are like streaming their game and talking about it. And I guess in a like very getting under my skin way, thinking about just the fact that they can look at what you were doing before you start playing the game just feels very invasive just in general. I'm not gonna lie about that one. Consent. Communicate with you about product, services, offers, promotions, rewards, or events offered by Bandai Namco and others, and provide news, information, and other marketing materials that we think will be of interest to you. That one I don't mind. That one I honestly don't mind. Link or combine your data with other services and with information we got from other sources to analyze service and monetization trends, create profiles of categorized users, create new games and services, and perform other analytics. That second one I might turn down. I mean, I hope this doesn't become a live service. That would kind of suck. Link or combine with information we get from our advertising partners to help understand your needs. Ooh, and provide you with better in-service personalization ads. I really don't want it. I promise you. This is getting really annoying. I don't want to be marketed to. I don't want to. It's weird. I buy a game and then suddenly I'm the product? That's kind of fucked, isn't it? Creating profiles types used by combining your data information from our advertising partners, providing data of group companies, ad agencies, and ad platforms to target advertisements of our in our group company games and services to you outside of the service, and otherwise performing advertising analytics and performance metrics. I wonder how granular that can get. Imagining them targeting a certain like build in a different game at you, being like, oh, you seem to play this game very defensively. Maybe you want to have this character in this game because they're a defensive character. Which, on its face, in a sort of technology can only be good sort of way. You might think of, oh, that's really cool. I like when robots analyze me and tell me what I want. Since, you know, algorithms already doing that, but like, I wonder if it could become like airline stuff. If you have a habit of getting all the DLC in one game, maybe the cost of DLC for another game might get risen because they notice a trend in how many people are willing to buy a certain DLC. Though I'd say you wouldn't even need to track it through this data because you could just track that through Steam. And I mean, advertisement is like a huge industry, so now I'm super curious on how granular something like this can get. This is scary. Sharing information. We do not share, transfer, or otherwise exchange your personal information with third parties. See, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Wait a minute. So I think maybe they'll say what they consider a third party. I'm just taking a few pictures. But it's like, we don't share, transfer, or exchange your personal information with third parties unless required for the provision of our products or services. And it's like, does that include or not include the ad agencies? Because ad agencies. Let me scroll back up. We, or a third-party data processor on our behalf, may collect, store, and use information about you for the following purposes that appears necessary to achieve such purposes. Yeah, this doesn't specify what they consider a third party. But I guess since it says, unless required for the provision of our products or services, otherwise permitted or required by law, it's like, well, I mean, we won't share it, but the amount that we will share it, because there are exceptions, has to do with what the law will require. I mean, it's all for business interest, right? Like, the amount of data that, like, even just a social media website gathers on you is like tremendous. Now I got to think about that more critically, because games have probably been doing this for a while. If something like this wasn't in the Elden Ring EULA, I would be surprised. But we just skimmed past the Elden Ring EULA like it was nothing. If I remember correctly. We'll also share it with other users if you participate in the interactive areas of our services, such as multiplayer chat. There's actually a chat function? You actually put a chat function in here. Okay, I hope that it works out. The use of personally identified data, such as your full name, as a username in our services is strictly prohibited. Fine by me. I don't want my legal name nowhere over here. Sharing with our employers, our employees, affiliates, related companies, vendors, consultants, and other third-party service providers. So many third parties. We need access to such information to carry out work on our behalf, including, for example, developers, payment processors, website hosting services, or information storage and processing service providers. In response to legal process or request of information, if disclosure is in accordance with or as otherwise required by applicable law, rule, or regulation, including, for example, government regulatory bodies, law enforcement, or courts of law. I can't really be mad at that one. If we have reasonable grounds to believe your actions are inconsistent with our user agreements or policies, or to protect the rights, property, and safety of Bandai Namco, our users, or others. Which others? And we consider our legitimate interests in disclosing your personal information to third parties, such as courts or attorneys, to weigh your interests in the specific case. In connection with any merger, sales of company assets, financing or acquisition of all or a portion of our business to another company, provided we have a legal basis, and with your consent or at your direction. Advertising and analytic services provided by others. We may allow others to provide analytic services on our behalf and to serve advertisements within our services. These entities may use technologies to automatically collect information about your device and your use of our services, including IP address, device ID, time spent on pages within our services, and links clicked within our services. I wonder how they would feel about a VPN. I should really invest in a VPN. The information may be used by us and others to, among other things, maintain, improve, and analyze the functioning of our services and deliver contextual or targeted advertising that may be of interest to you. The use of your information by these third parties is covered by your respective privacy policies, and we do not control and are not responsible for privacy practices of third parties. So we won't leak your information, but if we give it to a third party, they might. Some of our services will, with your prior consent, combine gameplay and analytical information with information collected from other Bandai Namco Entertainment games. So literally the thing I was talking about. It's literally the thing I was talking about. It's like collecting data about you in one game and using it to maybe advertise to you another game seems like a basic thing, but like seeing how you play or how long you play certain games and tying that into how they target their advertisement at you feels a little bit more insidious. And other third-party sources to analyze game and monetization trends, create profiles and categories. Oh, sorry, wait. I was up further. The use of your information by these third parties is covered by their respective privacy policies, and we do not control and are not responsible for the privacy practices of third parties. So if you actually want to know your rights, you literally have to figure out, if they'll even disclose it, which privacy policies, sorry, not which privacy policies, you have to find out which companies they're giving your data to and look at their policies. But since you didn't directly give them your information, if they don't share those things publicly, then I guess you're shit out of luck. Some of our services will, with your prior consent, combine gameplay and analytical information with information collected from other Bandai and Namco Entertainment games, games from other group companies, and other third-party sources to analyze game and monetization trends, create profiles of categories of players, create new games and services, and perform other analytics with your consent or at your direction. We may use certain information collected through our games for advertisement targeting outside of the game. This includes creating profiles of types of players by combining your data with information from our advertising partners, providing the data to our ad agencies and ad platforms to target advertisements of your group company, games and services to you outside of this game, and otherwise performing advertising, analytics, and performance metrics. Fucking Christ. The fact that most players are not gonna read any of this, and I'm not gonna read all of this. the fact that most players aren't gonna read any of this makes me a little sad, honestly. Does music sound a little bit like the Terminator music to you? I feel like this is just Terminator music. This is just Terminator music. I mean, it's their riff on Terminator music. Like, I'm not saying they're stealing. Just it feels that it feels very Terminator-esque. At least when the chord starts. The chord progresses in a. Do I even know enough about music to be talking like this? I'll shut up. For more information about the internet-based ads or opt out of our web browsing information used for behavioral advertising purposes. I definitely gotta screenshot that one. Behavioral advertising purposes. European users may opt of receiving targeted advertisements by visiting youronlinechoices.eu. But as an American, I guess I'm in optout.networkadvertising.org and aboutads.info/choices. For more information of our analytic and advertising practices and partners and how to opt out, please visit Legal Bandai Namco CO Japan Privacy Opt Out. I feel weird. I feel kind of funny. Because you can't opt out in here. Like, I'm thinking of like how you can opt out of specific cookies on certain websites and how they could have done that. But again, people aren't gonna look at that. People aren't gonna look at this. And if they actually have like check marks that they would actually have to like look at to advance, then like people would like look at it more. I'm not gonna opt out right now, but we'll go to those websites later, I hope, if my ADHD doesn't take over. The services may offer social sharing features or other tools which let you share actions or link the services with social media. The use of these features enables the sharing of information with your friends or the public, depending on the settings you establish with the social media platform. For more information about the purposes and scope of data collection and processing in connection with social sharing features, please visit the privacy policies of the social media platforms. Security. We take reasonable technical and organizational measures to help protect information about you from loss, theft, misuse, and unauthorized access, disclosure, and alteration and destruction. However, we take reasonable technical and organizational measures to help protect information about you from loss, theft, misuse, and unauthorized access, disclosure, alteration, and destruction. However, no transmission over the internet can ever be guaranteed secure, so we cannot guarantee the security of any personal information that you transfer over the internet to us. Just another reason why you should be careful with the personal information you post or make available, because it's not always necessarily public, but you know, there can always be a data leak. Storing and deleting data. Personal information collected through the services is being stored and deleted in compliance with privacy requirements. All data will be de-identified or deleted if no longer required for the purposes mentioned above, unless further retention is required by law. Makes me think of the Facebook thing, and how they were gathering a lot more data on users than they needed to. International transfers. Personal information that we collect from you is usually transferred, stored, and processed in Japan. Please be aware that we may transfer your personal information to locations outside Japan that offer the same level of data protection as Japanese laws and GDPR for EU users, and outside of your country, which may not offer the same level of data protection as your country's laws. In addition, we store your personal information on a server installed outside Japan by us and our group companies, or by our business partners. However, we do disclose your personal information to third parties located overseas. After reviewing the privacy regulations of the country or region where your personal information is stored or handled, we take such steps as required in the circumstances to ensure it is used in accordance with applicable laws. So you literally gotta triangulate and be like, what's the laws in my country and what's the laws in Japan for privacy stuff? I would expect Japan and the US to be somewhat comparable, but I don't know. Fucking Christ. I guess I am reading most of this actually. Third-party sites. Our services may contain links to other websites or services operated by third parties. Please note that this privacy policy applies only to our services, and we cannot be responsible for personal information about third parties may collect, store, and use through our website. You may always read the privacy policy of each website you visit carefully. Push notifications and alerts. Bandai Namco. I'm just been assuming that that's an acronym for Bandai Namco, but they've actually said Bandai Namco like the full words here, so I might be wrong. BNEI may send push notifications or alerts to your device. Wait, now that I think about it, it was talking about if you're using iOS or Android, like a phone? This game doesn't have a mobile version, does it? Maybe they're not talking about a mobile version of the game. Maybe it's referring to like a mobile app. That might be a thing. I mean, Warframe has an app. It's not unheard of for a game to have like a companion app. The techie optimistic. The techie optimistic nerd in me is just like, oh my god, this will be so cool. Like, if there was a companion app, I could just like customize my mech while I'm out and about. If I had a life outside my house. Sounds cool on paper, I guess. You can deactivate these messages at any time by changing the notification settings on your device. Bandai Namco will send push notifications or alerts with promotional content only after your prior opt-in to receiving such messages on your device. Data protection rights. You and your legal guardian, if you are a minor, have certain data protection rights under applicable law. Your rights under applicable law may include... I'll say that I appreciate that they mention that if you are a minor playing this game, these are your rights. Or your parents' rights, I guess. Because as annoyed as I am by this, it is just like, and I know this is probably required by law, it's comforting, even in a small way, to see a company actually acknowledging that a game that is rated M for mature is something that someone who's a minor will play. But that's about as far as my joy goes. Your rights under applicable law include access to the personal information we process about you, as well as the right to data portability. Oh, so I can look at it? Okay. The right to have personal information corrected or erased. The right to restrict the processing of personal information. The right to withdraw your consent at any time. I mean, that's what consent means, thank you. For consent we have obtained from you. Although this will not affect the lawfulness of the processing prior to the withdrawal. You may also have the right to object at any time to the processing of your personal information, which is used on Bandai Namco's legitimate interests. Where we process your personal information for direct marketing purposes. You have the right to object at any time to such processing, including for profiling purposes, to the extent that is related to direct marketing. If you object to processing for direct marketing purposes, we will no longer process your personal information for such purposes. In that case, we will still send you transactional or relationship messages, but only about our ongoing business relations. The right to not be decriminalized against for exercising these rights. Discriminated against. The right to not be discriminated against for exercising these rights. So, at least on paper, they can't make the game worse for you because you withdrew your consent for them collecting certain data about you. To exercise these rights, you should make a request using our contact details out below. Wait. There we go. To exercise these rights, you should make a request using our contact details set out below. If you're not satisfied with the way we handle your request, the country of residence has a supervisory authority. You may lodge a complaint with such supervisory authority in your country of residence. We do not provide different levels of service if you exercise these rights. However, if you request that we delete or cease collecting information which is necessary to ensure adequate functioning of the services, you may not be able to use all or some parts of our services. So if you opt out of everything, it might affect like multiplayer or something. I think that makes sense. If you have a Bandai Namco ID and wish view or to delete your account, sign into Bandai Namco ID and follow the instructions. Once you delete your account, all personal information related to your account will be deleted and you will no longer be able to access the Bandai Namco ID services. They send you stuff. I'm pretty sure we have one. Like, they're already collecting our fucking data. If you have any questions about this privacy policy or our practices, please contact us at Bandai Namco Entertainment, BNEI. Yeah, the acronym was Bandai Namco. BNEI, attention, contact, or personal information matter. 5378 Shiba. Minito Co, Tokyo. 1080014. I think that's the like zip code. Japan. And just one more picture. Just having it all. I'm sure I could look up the EULA like on Bandai Namco's website, but like I literally have a button. Alright. I've read the instruction manual. God damn it. At least this one's shorter. Data usage agreement. This game collects gameplay information for analytics necessary for us to provide the game and to improve certain functions and features. In addition, we would like your permission to share and combine the information with information collected from other Bandai Namco Entertainment game services and products of our group companies and other third-party sources. Type of data collected, gaming ID, IP address, gameplay log. This data will be pseudonymed, and we and our group companies will use the aggregate information to analyze game trends, create profiles of categories of players, create new games and services, and perform other analytics. This data will be sent to and stored in Japan. That data specifically. On one hand, I'm like, I want to help. I'm really scraping my brain. I can't think of any like relevant controversies that would make me trepidatious here. Though I still want a VPN. Consent is optional. You may play the game without loss of features even if you do not consent to this use. If you provide your consent, you can opt out anytime through the in-game settings. Okay, so I can change my mind. Yes, that is the consent I'm talking about. By selecting accept below, you consent to your data being used for these purposes. I know some people don't like companies taking their information in general, and I don't either. But for now, I will allow it. Let's fire up that Rubicon. Welcome to the online multiplayer for Armored Core Fires of Rubicon. By connecting online, you can compete with other players over the network and share saved. Shit, AC it just looks like Assassin's Creed to me. It just looks like Assassin's Creed. Fucking Christ. Designs for decals and emblems. Online play requires an internet connection, matching the data. That makes sense. Online multiplayer manners. When playing with others online, please follow the following guidelines. Do not use modified data. Do not use game functions in a manner for which they were not intended. That's vague. I know of some other games that have that clause too. But I don't know, I feel like that's basically saying don't use text. TECHS text, like in fighting games like wave dashing or something, you know? You could just, there's so much like discoverability of interesting play. Though to look at that in good faith, I might go, okay, they want to discourage people from like, say, teabagging or something. Maybe. Probably. Though I don't know a lot of games that actively discourage teabagging, so like I couldn't imagine that being a big thing. You can teabag in Elden Ring, I know that. Do not intentionally disconnect from the game while playing. Do not say or do anything that is offensive to others, antisocial, obscene, or in violation of the law. Is saying I'm gay antisocial and obscene? Do not use names or images, decals, or emblems that may offend others. That one's gonna be hard because, like, that's why, like, offense is so hard to gauge. Because, like, someone can have, like, certain religious beliefs, so it's like, oh, this offends me in general. And, I mean, on the other hand, like, wouldn't the same apply to me if I'm offended by a certain thing? Well, if I'm offended by a skull and crossbones, that's mean, right? Though I don't think they would take that seriously. But that's what I mean. Like, when it's that vague, it's just... it's prime for misuse. Though I don't know how much I'll be using the multiplayer. I mean, I probably won't do multiplayer a lot until I beat the game. Do not use your own personal information or that of others in names, images, or other ways that will be seen by other players. That I have no problem with. If we notice offensive behavior, if you notice offensive behavior, please report it using the in-game reporting function or the dedicated report form. After receiving a report, we will examine the content of the report and take appropriate action against the account that has been engaged in offensive behavior. If there are reports of offensive behavior or if the offending behavior is repeated, we may suspend service, issue a warning, quarantine the designated account, suspend login, or delete the registered data. Damn. On paper, it sounds better than Overwatch, at least. In-game reporting function. This function allows you to report malicious players that you have matched with, as well as images and AC data created by other players. Penalties for inappropriate actions will be applied if unauthorized tampering with the game is discovered. This includes modification of player data such as unauthorized acquisition of parts or comb, modification of game data, adjustments of part parameters, or modifications of game functionality, which is a violation of online services terms of use. If an account sharing a Steam library via family sharing is penalized, the other accounts with access to that library will also be penalized. Wow, that's like literally in there. I guess I gotta tell my Steam family to like play nice. These penalties cannot be removed once applied. Penalties will be automatically removed after an appropriate amount of time has elapsed, provided that the unauthorized tampering of the game, such as data modification, alteration of game, or alteration of game behavior, has stopped. If the game tampering is not stopped when the penalty is lifted, or if the game is tampered with again, a new penalty will be applied. Please note that for security reasons, we are unable to disclose details such as file verification criteria or the exact period of time before warnings are lifted. Video streaming and image posting. We appreciate and support our customers who create attractive videos while still images using our copyrighted game images and screenshots. We appreciate and support our customers who create attractive videos and still images using our copyrighted game images and screenshots. We have published guidelines for the production of videos and still images captured from games for which we hold the copyrights at this website. I'm pretty sure it'll be fine because it'll probably be the same as the Elden Ring stuff. Don't use their stuff to make obscene or illegal material, is the gist of it, mostly. I guess I should check if there's an embargo or something as well. Did you enjoy reading the fucking EULA with me? I hope you did. It's a really scary EULA. But we're through it now. There's a lot of settings here. Ah, yes, I love seeing a fucking Xbox controller. Hate that. So I changed it to 30 frames per second because that's what we usually do. I'll keep VSync on. Quality settings, medium. Yo, a game that actually has levels of controller vibration. That's neat. We usually have it at the mats anyway. It's nice to see. Oh, certainly needed display subtitles. Automatically purge weapon when that weapon's ammunition is fully depleted. Nah, I'm gonna go manual. I don't want to go auto. I want to go full manual. Also a little bit harder. Well, that's not full manual, but you know what I mean. Alright. I hope this game has save slots. In case it's not, I'm just gonna put in Punkbyte for pilot name. Although, I guess that might end up... They might ask for a call sign as well. No. Was that heartbeat monitor? Shit, okay. I'm a little intimidated. That's usually something I see in horror games. But I mean, technology-wise, I'm hooked up into a highly sophisticated weapon. They're probably gonna be monitoring my heart. And you hear that beep, you'll know that I've killed someone. Wrong button. Because murder is good, actually. When you're a mech pilot. Such good loading is. I am playing this like, what, like 2 hours after release? Ugh. So, I should be prepared for any glitches. Though, honestly, since we have been playing, was it Remnant 2 lately, and that had really long load times, like, we're not totally... feeling shitty about them, but still.
We're close to Rubicon. Wake the dog up.
Handler Walter verified. Activating cerebral coral control device. Augmented human C4621 has awakened.
Time to get to work, 621. I'm powering down your entry capsule. On my signal.
heck? Don't burn me up in the atmosphere, alright?
Descent to ISB 2262, Rubicon 3, complete.
Your position is grid 135. Off target, but within permissible range. There's a catapult ahead. Use it to close the gap.
They just fucking like naked snake drop me in this bitch.
Main system, activating combat mode.
Since the sound effects were a little loud. I look like a toy robot. Looking like a toy robot. Okay. So it doesn't seem like my hotkeys are interfering with it. And out of thrust. Almost instant getting it back though. Whoa.
2 repair kits remaining.
Okay, you heal with up. Oh, that's melee. But only get 1 slash with it. Oh, pff. Yeah, that couldn't support my weight. Okay, I have to figure out what the buttons do, because it's showing me my keyboard controls. But it's not it's showing me keyboard controls, but it's not showing me controller controls. Maybe I can change it. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. There was a thing where it was like press the left stick and Y. I didn't know what it meant by that. I thought it was an expansion of the controller map or something, but damn. That's a neat boost. Some matches consume energy and are disabled when EN is depleted. EN replenishes rapidly when grounded. Christ. Okay, being in the small space is not great for me. Targeting controls. The reticule automatically targets on-screen enemies. There are multiple. When there are multiple enemies, the enemy closest to the center of the screen will be prioritized. Move the camera to change the priority target.
Clear out those guard mechs. Perfect chance to test your AC.
It doesn't actually use up my fuel to be all slidey. Target assist keeps your AC oriented towards the target. When enabled, your AC will automatically lock on orientation to the enemies that approach them. You can use the You can still use the camera to change targets while the target assist is on. Whoa. Multi-lock. The missile launcher equipped on the right shoulder of the AC is capable of multi-lock, which allows you to lock onto multiple enemies simultaneously by holding down the input for that weapon. Ooh, don't want to fall into the abyss. I don't know if that'll be death. Also, I'll have to review the footage before I know if the sounds are good. That's probably a little bit better. I don't have anything else to multi-lock. Press F to pay respects. Repair kits. Repair kits can be used up to 3 times per mission, but cannot be used in rapid succession. Use repair kits to repair your AC and recover armor points.
Repaired your AC already? Good. See the contaminated city down there? That's where you're landing. Access the catapult.
I'll access your catapult. This has been tested, right? I don't know about this. F to access my respects. So this is a catapult. Am I gonna get launched into the stratosphere like a frisbee at a firing range? Because I feel like I'm about to be like a frisbee at a firing range. I mustn't run away. 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 I mustn't run away.
Time to fly, 621.
Let's fly.
If we get our hands on Rubicon's coral, we'll make a killing. Plenty for a merc with a fried brain like you to buy their life back.
That's ableist. Don't call my brain fried. It's just a little crispy.
Enough chat, back to work.
Excuse me.
AC Rex ahead and find a valid mercenary license. We're illegals here. You'll need ID to operate.
Oh, that's super funny, thinking about the fucking Bandai Namco ID and everything. Yeah, I already figured out how to do that. Let you instantly accelerate in any direction, help you evade attacks or swiftly close in on enemies. Okay, that's not what that was. Assault boost. Using assault boost to move rapidly in the direction that the camera is facing, or to rapidly approach targets. Gosh, okay.
I'm picking up signals from AC Rex. Follow the markers.
This is actually pretty solid. But I won't know for sure until I stream this. That's the outside area. Okay, I didn't sink into the river.
What?
Victory! We've got something good! Get out of there! You can't handle them!
That's the PCA's planetside force. Keep a low profile. We don't want them breathing down our necks.
Shit, yeah, maybe I want to avoid those fuckers.
Extract the pilot data. I'll analyze it from my end.
License code G7 Hakata. License code extracted from an AC wreck in the contaminated city. Contains the pilot's registration data. Oh yeah, I'm so legal. I just stole someone's ID. I literally did a thing that's not allowed meditationally playing this game.
Corp license. Easily traced. Forget it.
Okay, now I kind of understand the scale. I actually haven't noticed a, oh fuck, hello. I haven't noticed, like there wasn't a difficulty. We can't all get a peaceful death. Yeah, I'm fine on that. That turn was sweet.
Fung and Schneider are on the move. Corp AC. Wait, is that an independent?
Destroy it!
You're outnumbered 6-1. Use your missiles.
Light Shoulder Ammunition at 50%.
Oh. Whoa. Ah! What's that over there?
Analyzing.
Monkey Gordo. Independent. License expires in 15 days.
It's still valid, but the pilot's rank is no good. We can't use this. Head to the next wreck.
Right-hand ammunition at 50%.
Okay. I'm safe for now. This place is tore up. Oh. Damn shame. So much lost life.
There! That's the AC from the report!
Oh shit.
Find out who they're working.
Let's see about this license.
Thomas Kirk. Thomas Kirk? Is that a Star Trek reference? It's expired.
This one's already expired. I've picked up one more wreck, 621. Transmitting marker. Go and check it out.
Okay, I wanted to confirm the kill. Vertical catapult. While standing on a vertical catapult, perform a jump to quickly reach high places. While on catapult, vertical
You can use
launch.
that vertical catapult to get some altitude.
It's literally like the fucking those fucking air currents in Elden Ring. It has the same function. Though this game does not seem to have damage from falling. Let's see what we got here.
Registration number RB23. Rank fits the bill. Call sign. What? Looks like they were onto you after all. I'm in no mood to pick a fight with the PCA. But it doesn't matter. Take it out now, they won't have enough to ID you.
Right shoulder ammunition at 30%.
Oh yeah, there's a stun mechanic to this game.
You've got them now. Make it count, 621. We got what we came for. Tie up the loose end, 621.
AP at 50%.
How's this firing on me?
AP at 30%. No repair kits remaining.
Use your mobility in the air to get clear of explosions on the ground.
Right shoulder ammunition at 10%. AP
Fuck!
30%.
Shit. Well, that happened. But that's the first boss of the game. And that's Assassin's Creed. Fucking Christ. Motherfucker, it's not Assassin's Creed, it's Armored Core. This has been Armored Core Test Flight with Punkbyte. See you on Saturday. If they let me quit. I was about to restart the whole mission. I get a loading screen. Well, I figured this out. I'll see you later.